Hello,
I hope you're having a wonderful
everybody.
day. We technical difficulties. Who
Uh, I'm new
needs
at this.
who needs them? Who needs things to go the way that they were planned?
Why would they do that for me?
Why would they do that
They
for
never,
us?
right?
So
Why
this
would they?
is this is Chronically Comorbid, a podcast we are trying to start. Um, Basically, the gist is we have a lot of illnesses that are very similar,
We
and there's a lot of stigma around these disorders, and there's a lot of huh?
Yeah.
No, baby, I'm in the middle of something.
There's a
Um,
lot of misinformation too.
there's a lot of misinformation, and
Hmm.
so um, we really wanted to, I don't know, make people not feel so alone, I guess.
Hmm.
Also show that some of these disorders aren't black and white. So like a lot of the symptoms that I deal with, my dear Evie doesn't, and a lot of the symptoms I deal with, Evie doesn't. And
Yeah,
so I think that it's a really good I don't know, I just think that it's gonna be beneficial, if not for
not
other people,
not
for
just
us.
yeah, exactly. It's just for anyone and everyone. And even if you don't have like a chronic illness, this also kind of clues you into like what the worlds can be like for us who are
Yeah.
chronically ill and disabled.
I hope this can be a little bit educational. So I'm going to let you go first. Um, and I'm gonna
Uh,
chat.
all right. I'm Evie, as they said. Hello. Uh, yeah, I've been diagnosed with POTS, basic like postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Well, since before it even really got the name, because it was when I was a teenager, and it was really because I'm 27, and it just was really hard to get the diagnosis, and I was told that it was in my head, and I was being dramatic. But I have that, and then I've also found out I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Trying to figure out what type. They're pretty sure it's classical, but I need to get the genetic testing, which is hard in this state. And then I have ADHD, autism, OCD, PTSD, asthma, Hashimoto's thyroiditis syndrome or disorder, whatever disease. I also have cervical dystonia, prolapse bladder, and a lot of issues with my spine, chronic pain. I was also recently, due to my POTS, I ended up having a really bad burn injury that covered 10% of my body and spent a long time in the hospital for it. And that's kind of thrown everything out of order. So it's gotten worse. Like all of my other conditions have become very flared up. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good overview of my health.
So I know why, but why would the burn um, flare up other issues?
So with burns, I mean, first off, with like, cause I had second and third degree burns, and so that uh, sends your body into like mass inflammation because it's trying to heal everything. And since I already have inflammation and a lot of issues, it just triggered everything to kind of go crazy too.
Mhm.
Like it, when you're chronically ill, if you're just sick with something acute, like it's not just, oh, I have the flu. It's, oh, I have the flu, but also I'm still having to take care of myself with all of these other issues that I have going on. Or we are,
Yeah.
like it's just, it's not just a cold for us.
No.
Like, and it, yeah, I haven't had just a regular cold in years, decades.
No, no. I always feel
Oh.
like I'm dying.
Mhm. Yeah, it like throws us like into bed for like ever, because then we still have to recover, or it can trigger flares of things that just then decide, once you're sick, oh, now we're gonna pop off.
Yeah. It's so fun. It's so
Oh
fun.
yeah, it's very fun.
I don't want to talk over you. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't know. um, I, I mean, I'm all aside from medical like issues I have, a I have my certificates in funeral directing, so I'll be having to do board exams for that. I have a huge passion for that, and along with my autism, I death itself is a big what's it called?
Hyperfixation?
Brain- Yeah, or special interest. Since it's
Mm-hmm.
been since I was a child, yeah, I'd say special interest, along with makeup and just medical science. I can just prattle off all kinds of things that I just know because I read medical journals for fun.
Same. I try. And okay. Well, I am Ash. Many of you know me on this channel. And if you don't, then that's fine. Um, I have been diagnosed with neurocardiogenic syncope. My God, I always have to get the
NCS.
which is kind of a stepping stone to POTS. It's basically the same thing. It's in the same umbrella of dysautonomia,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is not which I think that there's a big misconception with like POTS, which I actually had as well until Evie said something about it, where it's not a heart disorder, it's actually a nervous system disorder.
Yeah.
And so it's not for the longest time. I thought it was my heart. I was like, my heart go crazy, my
They
heart go
do.
burr, my heart go
It
burr.
do, but
Um,
not because of your heart.
yeah. Um, and I am currently in the process of getting diagnosed with um, Ehlers-Danlos. I have a appointment with rheumatology soon. Again, very hard to get diagnosed in the state I am in.
Yeah.
Woo. Um, I also have just like chronic pain, chronic fatigue, gallstones, fatty liver, enlarged spleen, um, probably endometriosis, but that's another thing that's kind of like in the air. I'm still waiting for my biopsy results from my gastro doctor to figure out what's going there. Mentally, I just got a psychological assessment done and got diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, post traumatic stress disorder, and major depressive disorder, recurrent, severe, no psychotic features with anxiety. Um,
Hell yeah. Dude. Love it.
so, so, and um, underlying probably things that the psychologist said that might be going on, but he did not know because of how severe my trauma is. Um, that, that he think
Yeah, same.
he's like it's not too big of a problem, but I probably have a little bit of ADHD as well. Um,
A little bit.
oh, just a tiny bit,
Just a little. Me
just
too. Me too. Just a little bit.
just a little bit, just a touch, just a little dash. Um, hobbies of mine. Well, okay. I think that this work I'm gonna go into is gonna be psychology driven. However, I was in cosmetology and had to drop out because of my physical and mental illnesses. So Um, I guess I am uniquely qualified to talk about why I um, how physical and mental illnesses affect your day to day life.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, it affects everything. It affects every decision you make because you have to make the decision sometimes of just like, oh, do earlier I was doing my makeup and I had to decide if I was going to get up and grab lash glue because I knew that if I was going to stand up, I was not going to be able to sit back down and then stand back up. So I knew that I was getting up one more time and I needed to make it wise.
Yeah, we have to calculate like all of our moves, all of this.
Yes.
We have to be very strategic with how we use our energy.
Yes, it is so frustrating and so debilitating.
Mhm.
It's like having another responsibility but one that you never asked for.
Exactly.
Like you have to
Is-
be responsible for your body, you have to be responsible for your mind, you have to be responsible for how you react to things. However, you didn't like a lot of my stuff is like influenced by which came first, the chicken or the egg? Who knows? But the trauma that I sustained also influenced a lot of the physical illnesses that I have today. And so I think that that's also an interesting thing that I wanted to explore, I guess, which is why we
Mhm.
wanted to create this podcast.
Exactly. Yeah, because they really do go hand in hand. Even though, I mean, doctors will just be like, reduce your stress and you'll feel better. And it's like, that is not how it works.
No. Oh God, I hate the saying reduce your stress. It makes me want to throw something at somebody.
It's like, you don't know what I deal with every day. And I'm not just talking about the physical stuff and the mental, I'm talking about like just with
Yeah.
family and having to figure out how I'm going to work.
Because
Will I
that's the
be able?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing. Like, life doesn't stop because you got sick.
Mm-mm.
And, like,
And
that
people,
sucks.
it does. And then people want to use you as like a reason, like as you, if you're, sympathy porn, or like, oh, you're such an inspiration, you're so strong.
Gosh,
And it's like,
yeah.
I have to be. It's not like I'm just gonna like roll over. I can't just like give in to my life. Like I just can't
Yeah.
let it take over. I have to be in control of it, which is an issue I have also. Is I feel like I need to be in control of a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Relinquishing control of your life when you already have such little control of your life is hard.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Because I think
it's
that's another thing is like disability means that you can't work as much. And in a
hmm
society where working and productivity is valued above everything else,
hmm
it ends up being, oh, you are now unworthy and you are
hmm
now not a functioning member of society, which is
hmm
such a frustrating cycle to get out of in like trying to be, I don't know, just like trying to,
function as a healthy person when you're not.
yeah. I think that there's like, especially with like mental health, like let's teeter there. In mental health, a lot of doctors have this idea that to have a fulfilling life, you have to fit into the norm. You have to be normal. You have to be okay. And I think that that's damaging to a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And I think,
It was very damaging when I was a teenager.
yeah, I mean, got told even as recently as December that somebody thought that one of my therapists thought that I wouldn't be fulfilled in life unless I was a singleton, which I'm referring to the dissociative identity disorder. Um, so it's just like it's so interesting that this, and she was a very nice person. Like, I have no mean words about this woman, but she's just so ingrained in this ideology of our society of to be to be a member of society, you have to be normal. But that term is so
Outdated.
outdated, damaging.
Yeah, like, what is normal?
What is normal? I mean, my normal is so much different from your normal, and we have so many of the same things. And my normal is different
Um,
from my boyfriend's normal, and our routines are the same. I mean, it's it's so different what normal means to every person, but everyone has to fit into that normal box.
and it's like, that's such a high bar to set that literally even, like, healthy people, like, can't fully, like, go like, reach that because it's not sustainable.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. I think that people I think that the people who think that they're normal are the people. Okay, before I say this, don't get me wrong. There are instances, and I do agree that I am one of those instances, especially with my mental health, where there is a point where you are a detriment to yourself, right? Like, you're cycling, you're manic, you're whatever is happening in whoever's life, it's happening, and they are not reacting well because they don't know how to. Whatever that happens, there is a lot of healing that I think people can do, and I do believe that healing is a thing that that people need to do.
Mhm.
However, I also believe that on the other side, that some people are being told that they're not normal and aren't functioning correctly just because they're not functioning the same way that other people are.
Exactly.
And I think that both statements can be true at the same time. Of, yes, people need to heal. And there is a lot of like healing and recovering that a lot of people don't realize that they need to do and are causing harm to themselves or to people around them, either knowingly or unknowingly, whatever, right? That means that that person needs to get help, right?
Mhm.
But then when they go to get that help, to get told that you're just not normal is so damaging. It's so
So
damaging.
damaging and so upsetting, and it's just a slap to the face when it's like, I'm trying to get help and you're just telling me that just me being me and here is an issue.
Exactly. It's kind of how I feel, especially for people who are like depressed, anxious. Like, those are normal emotions. And yes, the way that they're feeling it and the way that they're reacting to it might not be healthy, but that doesn't mean it's not normal. Plenty of people do it.
Mhm.
Plenty of people do it. They're not the exception to the rule. And I think that that's what people don't realize is like, oh, there's like they want this exception to this rule, but the ex the, your it's like, I don't know. It's frustrating. I'm ugh,
It's so I just get so burnt out from having to go to doctor's appointments and being like, and they're just like, "You're just so young to be having all these problems." It's like, I know I'm young, but they're happening. And you can
Oh yeah.
see, like, you see the lab results, you see the MRIs, you know that it's a problem. And it's not because of something I've done.
Mine's kind of the opposite, where like your MRIs and your like stuff is like coming back with stuff, but I'm in pain and all of my labs keep coming back normal.
Mm.
And I'm just sitting here and they're just, it's like, it's a weird feeling when you're hoping for a
Abnormal.
bad result just so that
Hmm.
you can have an answer finally,
Yes.
which is like such a weird thing to say out loud, I guess. Because it's like, I don't wish this upon anyone. I don't want this. But I do
No,
want the tests to come back and show that I'm not okay.
because you know you're not.
Because I know I'm not. And that's something that
Mhm.
I've dealt with since I was like a teenager, of like
Mhm.
my mom telling me that I'm a hypochondriac and feeling like something was wrong in my body. Now realizing that I might have a genetic connective tissue disorder, and I might that would have happened and started when I was a teenager and kid, and I had signs when I was a kid, and this nervous system disorder that also probably started when I was a teenager, which it did because I was fainting when I was a teenager. So it's like so frustrating because it's like
Really.
for so long I fought, and then I just gave up for so many years. And I think that that is probably my something that makes me really sad, is that I gave up on that for so long.
Hmm.
Um, because I probably would have had more answers by now if I had just kept advocating for myself. But you know, you always hear the voices of people in your past telling you, "Oh, it's all in your head," or "Oh, you're too young," or "Oh, that couldn't be happening." What are you talking about? You look healthy.
You look fine. And then for me, it's like they'll disregard abnormal labs because I look fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, literally, I have labs that, like, say I have vasculitis, but I can't get anyone to take that seriously because I look fine.
So stupid.
And then there's the things where, like, I look fine, but, in high school, I was in a wheelchair. And I would have people out in public be like, "What's wrong with you?" And it's like, none of your business, for one thing, or just look at me like I'm taking up space
Yes,
that I shouldn't.
the stigma that other people put out is the most frustrating part of it. I mean, when I broke my ankle, I broke my ankle in high school, right? And that's
Mhm.
like a normal thing for a kid to do. And like, yes, I did it dumb, and technically it wasn't my fault, but like it doesn't matter. It's a normal thing for a teenager to do, to break a bone. And why did my family call me gimpy the entire time?
They did? You
Yeah,
never told me that. Oh my, I'm so sorry.
yeah. And it's like there's this idea that to be sick, to be not okay, to be. I mean, I told my grandmother about my test results for
Mhm.
my psychologist, and she said, um, "How do you fix it?" Like, it's just the stigma of people thinking that for you to live a fulfilling life, because don't get me wrong, I'm sad, but I live a pretty fulfilling life. I enjoy the life that I have. And I'm enjoying the life that I'm building with my boyfriend, and I'm enjoying the life that I'm building for myself.
Mhm.
But, and I know that I need to heal, but that doesn't mean that, like, I don't need to fix myself. I don't need to
No.
fix anything. It doesn't need to go away. It doesn't need to just be not looked at. It's it's there, And I think that I spent, and I'm sure you did too, and I'm sure I still do, spent a long time trying to make other people feel comfortable while I lived in discomfort. Because
Oh yeah.
I just didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I would just, like a wolf in a pack that got sick, I would just go. I would leave. I would just disappear, whether it be mental health or physical health. I would just go and I would isolate. And I still have that habit
Hmm.
because there's this stigma around in society and in our like families and just everywhere of just like you have to be able bodied. You have to be of sound mind. You have to be blah 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 blah. Right? Like there's nothing wrong with having a crisis team. There is nothing
No.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a million doctors or being on medication, but these are all things that I know that I felt were wrong, and I know that I still have that internalized stigma of like this is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this, or
Hmm.
like I should be okay. And I think that that normal stigma is just it ruins people. It ruins it just ruins things. It ruins
It does.
things.
It does. It just ruins so many things, which, and this might be because I'm autistic, because I didn't have a lot of like, I'm just like, hell yeah, medication. Can't wait to take my pills, because I don't have a lot of like, I've always just kind of done my own thing.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of a way where we differ is like, we were also brought up quite differently,
Oh yeah.
you know. But I mean, though my parents aren't like, I mean, they ignore their health,
Yeah.
and then don't understand why I'm so, they think I'm like obsessed with it. And it's like, no, I'm taking care of myself. I'm sorry that you think, my 15 medications is like the problem when they're keeping me alive.
Literally. Literally. These are life saving medications. Whether, and this is, there's so many life saving medications that people are just like struggling to get because people just don't take being disabled seriously.
They don't. Yeah. And I had to learn very quickly to advocate for myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I just am so upfront and very candid around everyone, even if I don't realize that they're like, "Ugh." I'm like, "What? Why do you think that's weird? I don't get it. Why are you? This is like anatomy, man.
God,
This
I
is this is
wish.
pathology. Like I don't. It doesn't compute for me. Like I can't. I don't understand where other people are coming from because I would never. I've never thought that about other people. I guess
Yeah.
because I didn't listen to my parents.
I've never thought that about other people. I mean, I've always
Yeah.
given leniency. I mean, look at my ex fucking wife to begin with. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't care. I didn't care that she didn't have a job the whole time that we were together. I didn't care that she was saying that her anxiety was getting to her. I wanted to be there for her, and I didn't
Mhm.
care because that. And I was always so lenient with her. But if anything that was going on with her was going on with me, I couldn't. I don't know. It's just, I guess it is the way that we were brought up and the fact that you learn to
Mhm.
advocate for yourself so young, which is, I think, a good thing that like kids should be taught.
Oh
Sad that you
yeah.
had to learn it the way you did, but I'm glad that you
Yeah.
learned it. I never learned that because I mean, one, my family never taught advocacy. I mean, my family never advocated for themselves. And then everyone around me, I mean, my family is very you need to be normal. You need to stick to the norm. You need to fly under the radar. You need to not make waves. You need to be a fly on the wall.
Mhm.
And that's how all of my family, it's so wild because growing up I always saw my family as these strong women, these strong women who didn't need men, who got their shit done, who did everything. And now I'm looking back and I recognize that these weren't strong women. These were women that were deeply insecure, were
Mhm.
dealing with their own generational trauma, were dealing with their own problems that they're dealing with. I mean, my grandmother's had three knee replacement surgeries, and she still keeps fucking going on hikes and shit.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, so it's like my family has never been good about taking care of themselves. They've been good about taking care of business. And that was always what I was taught, was you take care of business. Not and that's, don't get me wrong, I did get taught by a lot of feminists that you don't need no man.
Mhm.
However, um I don't know, it's just like this, I guess it really is just the way that we were raised, is like
Mhm.
you're raised by a family that, although there were problems, were
Oh
still
yeah.
taking you to the doctors,
Mhm.
because they would at least listen to the point of, okay, we'll take you to the doctor.
Yes.
And I could never make it to the point of asking for the doctor unless it was life threatening or my
Mhm.
mom was seeing symptoms. So I think that that's the big place where we differ.
Yeah, because that is a big factor in people with disabilities and chronic illness is we don't grow up the same. We
Yeah.
don't have the same types of families. It's like my family's always been very open and liberal. I mean, my like biological father is a trans woman
Yeah.
and was the first introduction to me to that world. I mean, I already knew about other parts of the LGBTQ community, because I had already figured out that I was part of it.
Yeah.
Hadn't quite figured out being non-binary. I mean, I knew I wasn't like it's like I don't feel like a girl, but I don't know what to call it.
Yeah. That's kind of how I
Y-
was too. I was like, I don't really care. Like, you can call me whatever, and then someone called me they them and
Yeah,
I cried. So,
yeah, I know. It's like people use they them or he him, and it's like, what? Thank you. Oh, Sonic time.
yeah, I needed a drink. I knew we were going to be talking and I was like, I need a drink.
I know. Have my Dr. Peeper.
Dr. Pee.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Peener.
Do the do those Sonic slushies give you like really bad like brain phrases too?
Oh yeah, they do. They always have.
They give me such bad brain phrases, and I wonder if it has to do with the pots. I was just thinking about it, because it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that to Jake, first of all, and second of all, it like gets so bad. Like, it's like I take a drink and I immediately hits, and it's like every
Oh
drink I
yeah,
take. But it doesn't happen with like other ices or anything. It's literally just Sonics.
me too. Yeah, it's always been like that for me. It could be something to do with like having temperature dysregulation.
I could see that.
Because if you guys don't know, like with POTS and other like forms of dysautonomia, temperature dysregulation is a really big thing. But it affects people differently. Like with me, I barely sweat, and when I do, it's in weird places like my upper lip and like just the middle of my forehead, and that's it. And I can't feel temperatures the same as other people.
Oh my god, when I get cold, like my whole body, like if I get cold enough, my whole body will like clam up. Like I won't be able to
Hmm.
move. And like um and it doesn't happen in just like, it doesn't happen in like -2 degrees. It happens in like 60s.
Hmm.
And it's like, it's so random. Like it'll happen especially at night.
Yeah.
where like I have really bad, like I can't control cold. Like I have cold sensitivity like a motherfucker. And so um if it's even a little cold, it's really hard to regulate that. So I usually have like a blanket on me or something like that. Um I do sweat, but only on my back and my upper lip.
Yeah. I sweat a little bit on my back too. Like it's weird, but that's like, you know, other people with like POTS and stuff, they sweat just a lot
Hmm.
and just like everywhere,
Yeah, I
And
don't sweat
then,
at all.
yeah. And then with me, it's like my body will go through times like if I'm doing kind of okay, I'm in a period where I'm not flaring as much and I'm doing a little better, then like my heat sensitivity is god awful. But if it's like now, then it's like I can't even tell like that it's set 90 degrees outside. Like it's like I was outside the other day in a velour little baby tee and black jeans and it was 90 degrees sun shining and I couldn't feel it.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I was at Disney World one year, middle of August in a jacket.
Crazy.
Orlando, like, yeah, like it's just different for everyone.
Mine fluctuates too. Like mine's never the same. Like I don't usually have a sensitivity to heat. Like sometimes I'll have um heat flashes,
Hmm.
but most of the
Oh,
time it's cold for me.
yeah, I mean, I have like Raynaud's with my
Oh
it
yeah.
runs in the family. It runs in the family, so it'll probably get worse. But it's also with EDS, and so it's more, my fingers and toes, and they'll just start turning purple. But I still can't quite feel it. But that's also we've kind of talked about
Yeah.
this. I don't feel things the same. I don't think as a lot of people do. Pain
I
and everything. Like I've
I
always had it.
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I've always had it, and it's just like I don't know. I can just kind of. It's like I know I'm in severe pain, but I can also just kind of split my mind and just like get a task done or rest, even though it's like I'm at a 10.
That's an autistic trait. My brother, Kyle, he got a root canal and they didn't numb him enough and he didn't move. He didn't tell them until after. And um when we asked like why didn't you say something, he was like, "Well, it hurt like a lot, but I mean, I just want it over."
Hmm.
And I was like,
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do that all the time. Tattoos. I can just like put it in a box and like almost fall asleep, like because I just.
"That's why that's why I suspect I might have a touch of autism as well because um when I get tattoos, I laugh. Me and my brother, we both laugh. We just laugh through tattoos. He says it tickles. I just laugh. I don't think it tickles. I just like get really overstimulated and start laughing. Um, but I don't know. I think that probably is like you're feeling pain differently is probably from being
Mhm.
in pain for so long, and probably
Yeah.
from the autism. It's probably a
Oh
mixture of
yeah.
both.
Yeah. Well, and it's like I've tried to, the pain scale. I hate that motherfucker.
I hate that motherfucker. Hmm.
Like I'm like, cause I'll be, yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is this pain that I'm experiencing? What's the norm for like most people?
Zero, apparently. I don't believe it.
Well, I know, but like for like different conditions and things, like when I've had a kidney stone, or like being burned, it's like I have to figure out like what would people rate this because I am just so used to pain that yeah, these are really bad conditions and they really really hurt, but my 10 is different than a healthy person's 10.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't have a 1 or a 0.
Me neither. I don't. I live at a 3 or a 4.
I live at a 5 or a 6.
Yeah. So
You know,
I usually
like
a 10 is when I'm saying I'm in pain. A 11 to 12 is when I'm starting to curl up in a ball. A 13 to
mhm.
14 is when I'm debating on going to the doctor. And a 15 or 16 is when I'm actually going to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like with the burn, of course, they're like, "What's your pain?" Like the EMTs were, in my dining room there, and I'm like going into shock, but
Yeah.
I'm literally able to answer all the questions and everything. And
Hmm.
so they're kind of like looking at me like, "How are you?" Because they can see it.
Yeah.
They know what happened. I got boiled.
Crab boiled.
I got
Shrimp
I got
boiled.
crab boiled. I got shrimp boiled, y'all, and so, but I can just put it away enough to focus on the task at hand. And I've always been good at that.
Yeah.
So, but then I'm like, it's a 10. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that kind of pain's definitely like way more than that. Like, it
When I
is
was in
the most I've ever felt.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I've heard from like people who have like other people who have gotten burned that like
Mhm.
it's like the worst pain that they've experienced, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
yeah, I could imagine that.
Yeah, because I woke up immediately, like screaming and sobbing, and I've never done that from
Yeah.
pain before. And that's saying a lot for what I've been through.
Yeah.
But with second degree burns, which I'm sure a lot of people don't know, is like they they don't get rid of your nerves, but
Yeah.
they harm them. So they're second degree burns, even though they're not the most severe, they are the most painful,
Yeah.
you know. And then third degree, I have a lot of parts on me that just don't have feeling anymore. And they didn't hurt even though they're way more severe.
Yeah. Because
So,
it damaged all the nerves.
yeah, it just wiped them out.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Oof. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. Oof.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, I woke up and I was like, oof.
Oof. Oof.
That was me the whole time. That's me now.
And then there was the stigma around that of like you needed to heal, you needed to get better,
Mhm.
you needed to do better, you needed to do stuff, you needed to start living life again, which like
Mhm.
people in your life were telling you to do it like within like 2 weeks, which is so crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, and it's like this is like has impacted my life in such a insane way that
Yeah.
like how do you just go back to your normal life after that?
Yeah,
It's
you are
literally permanently marked my body.
yeah, literally every time you look in the mirror, you are going to see that.
Mhm.
And it's just like it's so confusing, which is something that I don't have, which is
Mhm.
the acute disability, which
Mhm.
is like burns and stuff like that, car crashes, amputations, things like that. I don't have anything like that, so I don't have any of those experiences to share. However, um,
You have empathy.
I have empathy. Um, I can understand looking in the mirror and being upset at the outcome. And I think that that's like feeling like something is missing from you. And I think
Mhm.
that a lot of that comes from like my DID, where a lot of us don't like look like the body. So looking in the mirror sometimes it kind of just feels like that's not me. Something's missing. Something's not there. Or something's there that shouldn't be there. Or, you know. Um,
Oh, no, I know.
and s-
Well, they're sorry, I was just gonna go ahead and let them know I have undiagnosed DID, so but
Vibes.
I kinda keep it to myself and to other people with DID most of the time because
There's a lot of stigma
of
around it.
there's a lot of stigma, and I have family that will just go insane if were I to talk about it.
I haven't told my mom, mostly
Mhm.
because a lot of it is because of her.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of cruel to tell my mother with as my mother is somebody who is healing. However, um, your family,
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
I have no words.
I know. Oh, you do.
Oh no, I have many words. No, I have so many words, but none of
I know
them
you
are monetizable, and none of them are allowed on Twitch. Um,
Yeah.
so um, I will not say them. However,
Mhm.
um, yeah, I mean, I like I how the acute disability.
Mhm.
How is it the most how is the most different both physically and mentally than your chronic pain?
Um, I mean, at first, it was all I felt
Hmm.
was all of that because it was just so acute that it just took over everything and was all I thought about. Which, I mean, with everything I have going on now, it's still consuming my life because of how it's just created fallout and like I swear is was an omen for things to come pretty much. But it's acute pain and like the stress and like PTSD and mental illness that comes from that kind of thing does differ in a way because it's like, well, I before, I would cook and be fine in the kitchen, and now it's like I just get anxious being near the stove
Yeah.
or knowing, that someone is cooking and I'm in there. Like, it's just my heart starts to race and I'm like back in it.
Yeah.
And then, like, the pain, it's like I still have a lot of nerve pain from it. And I'm having to see my skin change rapidly every day.
Hmm.
Like every day it's different. And as someone with autism, I don't like change. I'm not good with it, so having to see that every single day, even though it's healing, my brain's like, not good, not good, this is different.
Yeah.
I'm not, and it's like also I just have been alone in it a lot, like physically for sure,
Yeah.
because I had to, I ended up having to debride myself, which is the most excruciating thing to have to do. And it's like I had to just be in the shower and cry about it because I didn't want my family doing it again.
Yeah.
And I have the compassion or empathy that is needed to take care of skin that's burned off and you're having to scrub it. Like, it's not, it's different. It is different
Yeah.
for sure. Like, it's just such a different thing, but then it does become chronic and lasting. And that's kind of where it's becoming.
Hmm.
It's like I'm gonna have this pain for a long time, you know, I'm going to be in physical therapy. I'm going to be, you know, like it was a traumatic experience all around, not just being burned and
Yeah.
being home alone, but just being in the hospital, stuck there with my mother, and like, and then being stuck in the house and people still having to ask for help. And I hate asking for help because there's always, like, you know, what are they getting out of it
Yeah.
for helping me? So
I need to
it's,
write
yeah,
down a few
it's,
things. I'm listening. I just need you to know that I'm writing down things for later episodes, like episode topics, so we can get into more depth on some of these topics.
oh yeah, please do. Yeah, I'm not, still not where I can write very well. Also, for people, you'll see me probably do some weird movements with my body because I got tardive dyskinesia this week too. I'm hoping it'll go away,
We need to
but
try
you
to
never.
get you some kind of like CBD oil or something.
Mhm.
I think it will really help with spasms.
I really would like that. In pain, I think it could help with the burn pain too, or I don't know, at least my joint pain.
Yeah. I think it would help. I think it would also help the inflammation. I think it would help with the burn. I think it would help all over. So let me. I think it's like $10 on Amazon.
Yeah, if you know of one, send it to me, cause I don't even know like where to start with that kind of thing. Since I am a nicotine fiend, not
Oh, me too.
as much, not it, but not as much as a weed fiend.
I am both.
I know.
Cool. Um, I think
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. Uh, and dissociating.
Name. And dissociating.
Always
I get it.
dissociating.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna eat my candy.
Sweet candy, sweet and sour candy both help get out of dissociation. Apparently, I don't know, helps you ground or something.
Hmm.
Snack break.
Hmm.
Snack break.
Dissociation.
Snack break.
Oh, snack break. I thought you said it's not great.
Nope.
I
Snack
love
break.
I love having auditory processing disorder. So
So
sometimes I hear funny shit.
ours are yours. Mine and yours is so different because I won't just guess. I'll just be like, huh? What? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? What? And you'll be like, the hamster took the king? And I'm like,
I'm
no?
chaotic with it. I'll be like, they fucked your mom?
Yeah, you're like,
No way. I'm like, that's out of the blue. But okay.
it cracks me up. Um, I was talking to the psychologist that diagnosed me with everything, and I was like, "So what's up with like my texture and my overwhelming if I don't have
Mm-hmm.
autism, right?" And he was telling me, he was like, trauma causes the amygdala to be constantly, like trauma like yours causes the amygdala to be constantly going. And so you've
Mm-hmm.
never felt safe, you've always been on guard, you've always been hyper vigilant. So
Mm-hmm.
so every input you're taking in all the time. So that overwhelm could just be a product of that. So I guess that could be it.
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little.
I still think there's some tism in you.
We'll see. I'll probably go get a second opinion on the ADHD autism spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the same evaluator
I know it's crazy.
and had
Crazy that
completely different experiences.
completely different experiences.
Because I got bipolar, which I don't have.
Crazy. I got bipolar.
Like,
I used to have bipolar.
yeah. And then he was like, "You make great eye contact," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I force myself to, even though it's painful, because I'm very high masking."
Yeah, he was telling me that I make really good conversation, so I couldn't be autistic.
No, I. I mean, you're a better conversationalist than I am, but
It's because we have the theory that I'm more ADHD than I am autism.
yeah, and I'm more autism.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You mean it's not normal to have the exact same texture everywhere in my house? On my bed, on my couch,
Totally
as
normal.
as my pajamas? You saying that's not normal? Are you
Totally
saying that
normal.
me not being able to eat an entire food group makes me autistic?
Oh, fruits.
Yeah. Oh, ugh. Don't like them.
All right, Stella, thank you. 14 minutes ago. I need to start checking my stuff. Hey, baby, will you mark off the posture check? No, I'll do it. He's doing something.
I don't even know how to fucking do that.
I have to go into my mod view. Stop.
I'll
Stop.
figure it
Stop.
out
Why are
later.
you so loud? Oh my god, my fucking computer just started screaming at me. Posture check. Checking my posture.
And I saw you do it, and so I straightened up too. Dab. Oh yeah. I love it.
Don't
Can't do
mind
it
our.
as good with that arm.
It's alright. Alright. I think that was a good introduction. I have a couple topics that I want to hit on later, but
Yeah.
I don't really want to go into much more now. I mean, we went into introductions and kind of the stigma and how
Mm-hmm.
normal is damaging. I would like to go into that more in depth. Um,
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Maybe on a later date, though. I think that was a good first go. I think we're under an hour, but it's whatever. Oh no.
What is time? I don't know what that is.
I don't, time, I don't know her.
Don't know her.
Never heard of her. Well, I guess we'll just end that there then.
Okay.
And then we will probably record again next week. I want to try to post
Yeah.
on Monday. Like post on like
All right.
YouTube and maybe Spotify on Monday.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and I will do the same.
okay.
Well,
We sh-
we'll
we
be
should probably
Spotify
make
together.
we'll probably make a
And
YouTube
we can
channel
make
together
a
too.
yeah. Yeah, we should.
So, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
You guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.